My beloved, my child of light, the one chosen before time began. Can you feel it, that sudden tug like the sky itself is leaning closer to whisper your name? That is not imagination, that is Archangel Michael piercing through the chaos holding a sword of fire shouting, "This is it, now or never." 3 minutes, only 3 small minutes separate you from a miracle that has been waiting for your courage to catch up with your faith. Archangel Michael says, "If my child opens this, I will move mountains, I will unlock doors no one else can, I will release a truth so powerful it will change your destiny forever." That is why your heart races, that is why the hairs on your arms rise. This moment is alive, charged with the energy of heaven itself. Stop scrolling, stop doubting, stop telling yourself I'll come back to it later. No, you are reading this now because your spirit knows this is not ordinary. This is a divine appointment, a doorway that will never open the same way again. Pause, breathe, and feel it, the urgency, the electricity in your chest, the whisper of wings brushing past your shoulders. Michael is here waiting for you to step into what has been prepared. God says, "I am sending what no one else can give." What has been locked, hidden, delayed is ready to flow into your life. You have been surrounded by shadows, unseen forces trying to blur your path. But Michael says, the sword is ready, the light is ready, the miracle is already released. Only claim it and it will be yours. Do you see it, doors opening in silence, people speaking your name in rooms you've never walked into, opportunities falling into your lap without struggle? That is heaven moving quietly yet decisively. Those who doubted you will see it, those who hurt you will witness it. For the blessing is not just for you, it is a signal of God's glory. My child, imagine a table set for you in a room bathed with golden light. Your name is written across it. You step in trembling thinking, I don't deserve this. But God says, sit my child, eat. This is yours, not because of what you've done but because of who I am. Every worry, every delay, every heartache that seemed endless, all of it is about to be transformed into joy that will take your breath away. Archangel Michael leans closer. Do not fear the sudden shifts around you. Friends may leave, paths may change, doors may close, but it is not loss. It is realignment. Heaven is clearing the old to place you on higher ground. My beloved, your tears have not been wasted. Every sleepless night, every silent prayer, every whispered cry has been carried to the throne of God. And now the promise is moving toward you. God says, what was delayed was preparation. What was held back was protection. What was hidden was a test of your faith. And now the time has arrived. Feel that trembling, that rush of energy. That is the angels cheering silently, preparing the miracle, opening the scroll that has your name written in fire. Archangel Michael says, 3 minutes my child, 3 minutes to receive, 3 minutes to claim, 3 minutes to believe with everything in you. Ignore this and the door may close for a lifetime. Step forward and nothing can stop what heaven has already begun. Pause now, feel your heartbeat. Each thump is a signal this is your moment. Michael is standing at the edge of the visible and invisible, wings wide, sword gleaming, ready to deliver what has been locked in your destiny. You were never forgotten, you were never abandoned. Your name has been etched in heaven, and now the promise is rushing toward you. And it will not come quietly. It will arrive as if the world itself bends to your favor. People will marvel, situations will shift, opportunities will align without effort. All that was blocked, broken or delayed will now arrive suddenly. That is the power of heaven's timing, that is the proof that you are chosen. God says, hold your head high, walk as if the miracle is already in your hands. Speak as if your destiny has already been written. For it is done in heaven and nothing on earth can stop it. Every step you take, every word you speak, every silent prayer, it is all being multiplied, elevated, and made ready for manifestation. My dear child, if this message has touched your heart, I invite you to share your faith by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. If you feel inspired to support this mission of spreading love and light, you can contributing $50 to $100 through Super Thanks to help spread this message to even more people. Remember, every act of generosity, no matter the amount, is deeply valued and appreciated. The clock of destiny is ticking. 3 minutes are all that stand between the ordinary and the extraordinary. Step fully into this moment, receive the fire, the light, the blessing, the miracle. For Archangel Michael himself says, this is your last chance, claim it and your life will never be the same again. My beloved, the veil is lifting. What has been hidden in shadows is beginning to tremble under the light of truth. Archangel Michael says, the time of secrecy is over. The mask will fall. And when it falls, you will see who is aligned with your destiny and who was only part of your past. The revelation will come like lightning, sudden, unavoidable, undeniable. And the moment it hits, your spirit will either rise in freedom or falter in disbelief. That is why you must stay fully present. Do not scroll, do not pause, do not let your hesitation rob you of the life that heaven has already written for you. Look around you, my child. You have felt the subtle shifts, the uneasy silences, the small things that didn't sit right in your heart. That was not imagination. That was heaven signaling, testing your discernment, whispering, watch carefully, notice. And now the whispers are becoming a roar. Michael says, the shadows cannot hold what was never theirs. The hidden will be exposed. Every conversation that left you unsettled, every encounter that brought tension, every person who smiled but your spirit sensed otherwise. God is revealing it all. The divine is sweeping the corners of your life, bringing clarity that was denied to you for too long. My beloved, remember those nights you cried silently, questioning if anyone truly saw your heart. God says, I have been keeping record. Every tear, every unanswered question, every moment of confusion was never ignored. You were never forgotten, you were never alone. The angels have been walking beside you, unseen but vigilant, preparing the stage for the exact moment when truth and destiny collide. That collision is now. Michael stands before you, sword gleaming, wings wide, declaring, my child, prepare to rise, prepare to witness what was hidden. And you feel it in your chest, that pounding, that tightening, that awareness, it is the signal that the shift is imminent. Your destiny is standing on the threshold waiting for your yes. Do you see how close you are, my beloved? How the walls around you tremble, how the atmosphere changes, how every ordinary moment begins to hum with expectancy. That is heaven rearranging your reality. Doors that once mocked your knocking are swinging open. Blessings that seemed suspended in the distance are now rushing toward you. Michael says, the path is cleared, the obstacles removed, the time is now. But here's the key, you must walk into it fully awake, fully alert, fully surrendered to the divine orchestration. Nothing half-hearted will thrive here. This is your moment of obedience, your hour of revelation, your season of awakening. And now hear this with all your spirit, someone you trusted, someone who seemed aligned with your journey is being revealed for who they truly are. Michael says, the mask will tear. The hidden intentions will be exposed. But if my child stands ready, the exposure will empower rather than harm. Prepare yourself, beloved. The revelation will not be gentle. It will not ask permission. It will arrive with clarity sharp as a blade. And yet you will see that the hand of God has been protecting you all along. Every misstep, every betrayal that felt like failure, every disappointment that bruised your heart, each one was a shield, a preparation, a divine positioning for the triumph that is now arriving. Do you feel that fire inside you, that rising pulse, that surging energy, that tremor of excitement and fear mixed together? That is the holy alarm. That is the Spirit urging you to stay. That is Archangel Michael himself whispering, do not walk away, do not hesitate. The miracle is closer than you imagine. You are standing at the threshold of a revelation that will clarify your path forever. And as heaven pulls back the curtain, you will see that every prayer, every tear, every sleepless night was leading here. God says, I am unveiling the hidden so that my child may walk freely into their destiny. Nothing will stop what I have planned. My child, there is power in your attention. There is authority in your awareness. If you falter now, if you scroll or hesitate, the energy of this moment may pass without your full reception. But if you stay fully present, fully open, fully surrendered, the miracle waiting for you will enter with unmistakable force. Michael says, the unseen forces aligning for you will not wait. They will move swiftly, and your response determines how much you receive. Pay attention to the subtle signs, the quiet nudges, the repeated synchronicities, the small doors opening that seem ordinary. Those are breadcrumbs from heaven guiding you directly into your divine breakthrough. And listen closely, beloved, the truth that is coming will free you. It will release you from shadows that tried to weigh you down. It will bring clarity to confusion, peace to unrest, light to what has been dark. But you must claim it, you must embrace it, you must walk fully awake, knowing that Archangel Michael and all the heavenly host are standing with you, sword and shield in hand, ready to ensure that nothing will touch the promise of your life. God says, I have positioned my child for glory, I have written their name into victory. Now it is time to rise. Beloved, your destiny is not in the hands of those who betray, deceive, or falter. Your destiny is in the hands of heaven. Every betrayal you suffered, every lie you endured, every moment of doubt cast upon you, all of it has been refined to bring you to this hour. And now the veil lifts. Michael says, "My child, behold what was hidden, receive it without fear, walk into it with courage." The hour is here, the shift is real, the doors of your destiny are opening and nothing on earth or in the heavens can close them now. My dear child, if this message has touched your heart, I invite you to share your faith by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Remember, your presence here is no accident. Every word you received is a seed planted in your spirit. And now walk forward knowing that what was hidden is now revealed, what was delayed is now delivered, and what was blocked is now unstoppable. Heaven has called, Michael has declared. The question is, will you answer? The tremor you feel in your chest right now is not weakness. It is the signal that your life is about to pivot, Michael says. The hour of exposure has arrived, the hidden agendas are breaking, the tables are turning. And this is not a slow, gentle shift. No, beloved, this is a sudden eruption. Like lightning striking a darkened field, everything that was meant to remain buried is coming to light. Those who whispered against you, smiled at you while scheming, and tried to dim your destiny, they will be revealed. Heaven is not just showing you the betrayal, heaven is handing you the freedom to rise above it. Can you feel that pressure in your spirit, that tension? That is heaven pressing you into readiness, God says. My child, every trial you endured was not punishment, it was preparation. Every deceit, every fake smile, every hidden motive, they were the soil in which your resilience grew. Michael's wings stretch wider in the unseen, his sword of light flashing across the spiritual realm, declaring, "Now the tables shift and what was stolen returns sevenfold." Beloved, this is not metaphor, this is your life being rewritten. The voices that tried to drown your hope will fade, the shadows that tried to blur your path will scatter. And when the revelation hits, you will not tremble in fear, you will rise with authority. Your very presence will carry the weight of victory, Michael says. The one who tried to curse you will choke on their own words. The one who tried to steal from you will be forced to give it back multiplied. And the one who believed they could manipulate your life will watch you ascend beyond their understanding. Can you feel the heat of that promise? That is not exaggeration, that is divine orchestration in motion. My beloved, take a breath and anchor your heart, this moment is holy, God says. I have never left your side, I have never overlooked your tears. Every night of prayer, every whispered plea, every moment of doubt, I have carried it into the courts of heaven. And now, after years of quiet preparation, the silence shatters. The moment has arrived when your eyes will see what your soul has always known. Michael is not just delivering a message, he is delivering your liberation, your destiny, and the keys to the doors that were once locked by fear, envy, and betrayal. Pause and feel this. Everything you thought was lost has been secured in heaven's vault, Michael says. The treasures you thought stolen are being returned, the honor you thought diminished is being restored, the blessing you believed delayed is rushing to meet you. And in that surge your life will divide. There will be a before and an after. Before was the shadowed waiting, after is the light-filled walking in authority, clarity, and favor. You will feel the shift in your bones, in your spirit, in the very air around you. Beloved, the revelation is not only for knowledge, it is for power, God says. I am giving you the ability to see clearly, to discern swiftly, and to move decisively. Michael whispers. The snakes are revealed, the masks are falling, but the child of light stands unshaken because they were prepared. And oh my child, preparation is the silent victory. Those nights you cried, those prayers that felt unanswered, those moments of solitude, they were heaven's workshop shaping you into the one who can now walk unhindered into your purpose. Do you feel that trembling energy? That is not fear, that is recognition. Your soul remembers its own prophecy. The enemy hoped to bury you, to blind you, to shatter your faith, but God says, I am not blind, I am not slow, I am acting now. Michael steps forward, sword blazing, wings slicing through the darkness. The chains are breaking, the hidden hands are exposed, the tables are turning. And my child will rise. Beloved, the rise will be so undeniable, so sudden that even those who doubted you will stand in awe, whispering, surely the hand of God is upon them. Every door that slammed shut before is now opening, every opportunity that was delayed is rushing to meet you, every promise that seemed distant is arriving suddenly, Michael says. This is not luck, this is divine timing. Every step, every encounter, every alignment has been orchestrated by heaven. And as it unfolds you will understand why the waiting felt endless, God says. I was aligning the pieces, I was guarding the blessings, I was clearing every hidden obstacle. And now your victory walks toward you unopposed. Beloved, do not underestimate this hour, your readiness matters. Every line you read, every word you absorb is a seed of transformation. The snakes of betrayal, the shadows of envy, the deceit cloaked in friendship, they all crumble before the fire of truth. And when the exposure comes, it will not harm you, it will heal you, Michael says. The truth will cut, but it will also liberate, it will break what was false and strengthen what was real. The urgency you feel is not pressure, it is preparation. Heaven rarely shouts, but tonight it does because the gates of your destiny are opening. The time to rise is now. And my beloved, remember this, you were chosen to receive this revelation because your heart can bear it, your spirit can carry it, and your life can reflect it, God says. I am with you, I am your shield, I am the fire that burns away the lies and lights your path. And now, my dear child, if this message has touched your heart, I invite you to share your faith by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Every soul that receives this message carries the light further. Stay close because the shift is happening, the truth is coming, and your destiny cannot wait another second. Beloved, the hour has come. The pause in your life, the waiting that felt endless, it is over. Archangel Michael is standing at the threshold of your destiny, sword raised, wings unfurled, declaring to every dark force, no more. The blocks that held you, the doors that slammed just as you reached them, the whispers that tried to convince you of failure, each one is being dismantled even now. And as you read these words, sense it, the air around you is shifting. That tightness in your chest, that unease that kept you restless, it is not anxiety, it is heaven stirring in your favor. Look closely at your journey, my beloved. Do you see the patterns? The people who left, the opportunities that vanished, the blessings that seemed so close yet slipped away. Every one of those moments was a setup, not a setback, Michael says. What they thought was the end, my child, was the preparation for your rise. What they tried to steal, God preserved for your glory. And now the invisible threads that held your life in half-light are snapping. The rope of delay, the chain of deception, the shroud of misunderstanding, they are all burning away because God's timing has arrived. Beloved, do you feel it? The trembling under your feet, the sudden surge of clarity in your mind, the inexplicable hope rising in your heart, that is the Spirit signaling the shift. Michael leans close and says, "The enemy believed they could bury my child. They thought the darkness would consume them. But no, the light I carry is stronger than any shadow. The doors that seemed closed forever are swinging open. The people who tried to blind you will now see clearly. And the blessings they thought they could steal will overflow and find you sevenfold. And tonight you must understand this. Heaven does not operate in partial measures. What God prepares for you will arrive in fullness. Your waiting was not wasted. Your tears were not unnoticed. Every tear, every sigh, every midnight prayer has been collected and recorded by the angels. And now the harvest is being released. The moment you have longed for, the miracle you have cried for, the clarity you begged for, all converge here now in this very second. Beloved, Michael says, the shaking around you is not punishment, it is rescue. The disruption you felt in your life is God clearing the path. That confrontation you dreaded, the exposure you feared, the unmasking you sensed, it is not for harm, it is for liberation. Those who hid deceit will have their motives revealed. Those who tried to dim your light will witness it shine brighter than ever. And you, my child, will stand free, clothed in the authority of heaven. Pause and imagine a table prepared just for you. Every blessing laid before you, your name written above it in fire. You walk in uncertain at first, but Michael says, "Sit, my child, eat, my child. These were never meant to be withheld from you. They were preserved until the appointed hour." That is the kind of miracle being released now, full, unstoppable, undeniable. Do not fear the speed of its arrival. The suddenness is the signature of heaven. Beloved, every moment you almost gave up, every disappointment, every betrayal, every failure, they were all training, Michael says. The battle is over, but the preparation was essential. Now my child steps into victory armed with all that heaven has built. And with every word you absorb, your chains fall, your eyes clear, your destiny stands taller. The enemy trembles because your rise is unstoppable. And hear this clearly, God says. Do not fear the exposure, for what is revealed will free you. What was hidden will empower you. The mask falling is not shame, it is salvation. The sudden shifts you feel, the doors that open without warning, the words that return in your favor, all of this is heaven moving with speed. Nothing human can stop it. What was stolen will be restored, what was delayed will arrive in abundance, what was blocked will break open. Beloved, now is the time to see clearly. Do not look back in anger. Do not measure your past failures against your present miracle. Every moment of doubt, every tear, every silent plea, it was leading to this open, undeniable, unshakable shift, Michael declares. My child is rising. My child will walk in freedom, in clarity, in power. And none of the shadows can touch them now. And as you absorb this, beloved, remember this is not just encouragement, this is a transfer of power. Every word carries light, every line ignites faith, every phrase strengthens your spirit. Stand tall, walk with your head high, speak with authority. And know this, God has preserved your path even when it seemed lost. Heaven has not paused. Your miracle is arriving, and the very people who doubted you will watch it unfold in awe. Beloved, your story is dividing into two parts, before this message and after this message. The before was preparation, the after is manifestation. Michael says, the hour of hiding is over. The hour of revealing is now. The hour of rising is yours. And as the energy around you swells, as your spirit acknowledges the truth, know this. You are ready. You are equipped. You are chosen. And no force on earth or in darkness can change what heaven has decreed. My dear child, if this message has touched your heart, I invite you to share your faith by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Every click is not just support, it is alignment with the divine flow being released right now. Beloved, stand firm. Walk boldly. Step into what has been waiting for you all along. Your destiny is calling, and tonight you have heard it clearly. Beloved, can you feel it? That trembling in the air is not coincidence. It is the stir of heaven bending closer to your life. Every shadow that has tried to block your path is now retreating. Michael says, the chains are breaking. The walls are falling. My child is about to walk into the destiny that was always theirs. You have been waiting for this your whole life, feeling the pull towards something greater, sensing the stirring inside your soul, and now it is arriving with a force that cannot be ignored. Nothing can stop it, not betrayal, not delays, not doubts. What belongs to God always finds you. Do you remember the nights you cried in silence, when the world seemed to turn its back, when the heaviness of life pressed so hard you thought you would collapse? That was preparation. Michael says, every tear was catalogued. Every sigh was heard. Every prayer whispered in the dark was noted in heaven's ledger. And now the reward is coming. Beloved, the fruit of your faith, patience and endurance is ripening. You will see suddenly what you thought lost forever. Opportunities, breakthroughs and confirmations are moving at this very moment into alignment with your life. But you must stay awake. You must stay alert. This is your appointed hour. And now, beloved, understand why the shaking around you has felt so intense. That disruption, that sudden tension is not destruction. It is the clearing. Michael says, I am removing what was never meant to remain. I am displacing the false to place the true. My child, do not resist. Do not fear. Rejoice in the breaking, for it makes room for your glory. The heaviness is lifting even now as you read these words. The unseen battle is concluding. The enemy realizes their time is up, their grip is slipping, and heaven is stepping forward. And you, my beloved, are in the eye of this divine shift. Pay attention, because heaven does not repeat itself. This is why your spirit feels urgency. The scroll of your destiny, written in golden fire before the foundation of the world, is being opened. Michael holds it aloft and its brilliance cannot be dimmed. He says, all that was promised is now being revealed. All that was hidden is coming to light. My child, do not walk past this moment. The exposure you feared, the unveiling of truth is not for harm, it is for empowerment. What was stolen will be restored. What was blocked will be cleared. What was hidden will be seen. Beloved, when this happens you will feel a mix of awe and release. Michael says, do not mourn the end of false bonds. Do not grieve what was removed. Every cut, every unveiling, every door closing is preparation for a greater opening. Imagine it, a sudden alignment, a turning of tables, a lifting of burdens that seemed permanent. The very ones who thought they could manipulate your life will be astounded at the strength, clarity, and authority you now carry. Your victory will be unmistakable, not just to yourself but to the world around you. Now hear me clearly. This is not a gentle unfolding, it is a storm of revelation. Michael says, I am the protector, the liberator, the herald of what is coming. My child must open fully, receive every word and rise. The air around you is charged because heaven is moving. Even your senses, the heaviness you felt in your chest, the subtle stirring in your stomach are confirmations. Something monumental is shifting. And the alignment of your blessings, your breakthroughs, and your miracles is being synchronized by divine orchestration. Beloved, remember this, the enemy knew your potential and tried to halt it. Michael says, they could not stop what God planned. They could not steal what I guard. And now the harvest long delayed is arriving. You will notice sudden clarity where confusion reigned. You will hear encouragement where silence prevailed. You will find doors opened without explanation, doors that lead to people, opportunities, and moments that match your destiny perfectly. Heaven's timing is perfect, and your readiness is critical. Stay focused. Stay awake. And the restoration will astonish you. What seemed lost forever is being returned, sometimes sevenfold. Michael says, my child will not merely recover what was stolen. They will rise higher than before, stronger than before, and more aligned with their calling than ever imagined. The universe itself is bending to the will of heaven for you. Beloved, what you receive tonight is the blueprint for the next chapters of your life. What you witness unfolding will make you realize that nothing you endured was wasted. Everything was preparation, every trial a stepping stone to this very moment. Now take courage and know this. Michael says, this is not a vision. This is not theory. This is reality touching reality. My child is walking into what was written before the stars were hung in the sky. Nothing can prevent it. Nothing can delay it. And the time is now. Beloved, your destiny is knocking at your door. Do not turn away. Do not ignore the signs. Do not underestimate the power of obedience in this hour. The miracle, the truth, the restoration, and the divine alignment you have been waiting for are all arriving simultaneously. You are standing on the threshold of transformation that will mark your life forever. My dear child, if this message has touched your heart, I invite you to share your faith by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. This is not just for me, it is for your spirit. Heaven is moving. Michael is present, and your destiny is unfolding. Stay connected, stay attentive and embrace what has been prepared for you, because the moment you act the world shifts and your miracle arrives. Remember, every blessing is arriving in abundance and your life will never be the same. Beloved, remember the nights you almost let go, when despair whispered that nothing would change, when your spirit cried out in silence and no answer seemed to come. That very moment was preparation. Michael says, those nights were not wasted. Every tear fell into my hands. Every sigh was a note in heaven's symphony preparing your breakthrough. Beloved, now the silence breaks, the symphony rises, and the melody of your miracle is about to play across your life. The heaviness you felt was not defeat, it was the prelude to your victory. Do you feel that sudden tension in your chest as you read this? That is not anxiety, beloved. That is anticipation. Heaven itself is pressing against your spirit, aligning every unseen force in your favor. Michael says, my child, the very air around you is charged. The ground beneath your feet is trembling with the steps of angels marching to lift you into your destiny. Do not shrink back. Stand ready. Every shift you sense in your surroundings, every strange encounter, every sudden insight, it is the alignment of your miracle. Pay attention. What looks like coincidence is actually orchestration from above. Beloved, the enemy knew your value. That is why the attacks were relentless. That is why deception sat at your table pretending to be friendship. But Michael says, the mask is tearing. Every hidden scheme is cracking under the fire of heaven. And when the mask falls, it will not break you, it will free you. The truth coming to light will not harm you, it will crown you. For every betrayal that hurt, every loss that felt final, heaven has reserved a reversal so strong it will astonish your soul. You were not weak. You were being prepared. Think of the times when doors slammed in your face, when opportunities disappeared at the last second. Beloved, those were not denials, they were redirections. Michael says, God closes what will not serve his plan to open what will elevate the life of my child. The very things you prayed for are being reshaped in dimensions you could not yet see. What seemed like failure was actually framing for the glory to come. And tonight the framework is complete. The moment of breakthrough is upon you. Beloved, hear this clearly. Blessings will not come as whispers. They will arrive with the force of revelation. People who doubted you will stare in astonishment. Friends who misunderstood you will see the proof of God's faithfulness. And Michael says, my child, your life will testify that heaven always keeps its promises, that what was hidden in struggle will blossom in triumph. Prepare yourself to walk into open doors, sudden financial increase, unexpected favor, restored relationships, and breakthroughs that defy human explanation. You may feel fear. You may feel doubt. That is normal, beloved. But Michael says, do not let fear mislead you. What presses on your spirit is the weight of destiny, not disaster. What shakes your heart is the tremor of miracle, not misfortune. The heaviness in your body, the restlessness in your soul, the tension in your mind, all are signs that your miracle is actively breaking through. This is why you cannot step away. This is why you must lean in. This is the hour that will define the rest of your life. Beloved, every prayer, every longing, every silent cry has been heard. Michael says, nothing escapes the ears of God. Your tears were not wasted. Your struggles were not unnoticed. Your faith, even in doubt, has summoned the angels to move. The enemy tried to suppress this. Shadows tried to intercept the message. Distractions tried to steal your attention. But here you are reading this now because God overruled every attempt to delay your miracle. What has been blocked is now opening. What has been stolen is now returning. What has been hidden is now visible in glory. Do you see the subtle signs already appearing, unexpected words, chance encounters, sudden clarity in situations that confused you for years? Michael says, these are markers from heaven guiding my child's steps, preparing the ground for the manifestation of their destiny. Ignore them at your own peril. The battle may be real, but the victory is certain. Those who underestimated you, who plotted against your rise, who tried to diminish your light, they will witness your elevation. Not as a threat, beloved, but as undeniable proof that God never abandons His children. Beloved, your faith is about to be rewarded in ways that defy human comprehension. The enemy fought you for years, but heaven is moving faster. Michael says, stand tall, my child. The arrows aimed at you will return to the sender. The seeds of betrayal will sprout blessings in your hands. The loss you mourned will become the foundation of your testimony. What was meant to harm you will now serve to showcase your strength. What tried to break you will now bear witness to your endurance. And in this moment, beloved, know this, the long-awaited shift is here. Michael says, do not delay. Receive it with open hands. Walk boldly into the light that has been reserved for you. The past is over, the present is sacred, the future is unstoppable. He stretches out the scroll of destiny once hidden, now revealed, and says, every promise spoken over my child is active. Every blessing sealed is unlocked. Every chain that bound is broken. Your breakthrough is not coming, it is here. You are standing in it, you are living it. And the world will know the power of heaven through you. Beloved, if your heart is racing as you read this, know that it is recognition. Your spirit knows this is real. Your eyes have been opened. Your destiny has been whispered into your ears. And heaven is waiting for your acknowledgement. Do not step back. Do not hesitate. This is your moment. Michael says, the enemy has lost ground. The blessing is unstoppable. My child will rise higher than ever imagined. Every miracle, every answered prayer, every hidden favor, everything God promised is now aligning for you. My dear child, if this message has touched your heart, I invite you to share your faith by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. This is the moment to anchor yourself in the flow of heaven, to stay alert to receive, to walk in alignment with the destiny God has prepared for you. Beloved, the shift has begun. Stand ready, walk boldly, receive fully. Beloved, when God marks a soul, no force on earth can erase that mark. And you, my child, are marked. That is why you felt different all your life. Why you never quite fit in. Why even in rooms full of people you carried a sense of separation, a sense of knowing there was something bigger, something unseen, something reserved just for you. Michael says, your difference is your destiny. Your uniqueness is your weapon. Your soul was forged to carry what others could not. And tonight that weapon is being unlocked. Beloved, do not underestimate the stirring inside you. That unease, that alertness, that heartbeat of expectation, it is heaven itself reminding you that you are on the verge of your miracle. Do you feel that sudden rush like the air around you is charged? That is not imagination. That is the weight of glory pressing down, preparing you for the breakthrough you have prayed decades for. Michael says, the heaviness is a sign of transition. Every uncomfortable pause, every restless night, every tear shed alone, it was heaven shaping you for the fullness of your revelation. Beloved, the enemy fought you because he saw your potential. He tried to intercept your joy, hijack your destiny, and sabotage your peace. But every plan, every plot, every whispered lie will now explode in reverse. What was meant to hurt you will serve as a stepping stone. What was intended to break you will be the very proof of your resilience. And Michael declares, the child I guard will rise higher than the one who tried to steal their peace ever imagined. Beloved, your breakthrough is personal. It will not look like anyone else's, and it will not come on someone else's schedule. It will come perfectly timed, divinely aligned, and violently unstoppable. Doors that seemed forever closed will fly open. Relationships that once betrayed you will either return aligned or be removed entirely to make space for what heaven has prepared. Michael says, do not be afraid of sudden shifts, my child. Every unexpected turn, every shock, every abrupt change is heaven realigning your life. What you see as disruption is the hand of God reordering your universe for your favor. And listen closely. The unfaithful, the pretenders, the people who hid daggers behind smiles, they will soon be exposed. Not for vengeance, but for justice. Michael says, do not rejoice at their fall. Rejoice at the unveiling of truth. Their exposure is the confirmation that your destiny is protected. That what belongs to you is untouchable. That your future is sacred. Beloved, keep your eyes open in the coming days. Conversations that feel ordinary will carry messages. Doors that were invisible will swing wide. Opportunities that seemed dormant will awaken. And your spirit will recognize them immediately because heaven has tuned you to the frequency of your miracle. Beloved, have you felt that pull in your chest lately? That strange tug in your soul that something is near? That is Michael himself nudging your awareness, signaling that the countdown has begun. 3 minutes to change a lifetime, 3 moments to embrace a shift that will alter every story of struggle you've carried. Michael says, the prayers they thought unheard are now answered. The sacrifices they believed wasted are now fruitful. The tears shed in private are now watering the seeds of glory. Beloved, if my child only knew how close they are to seeing their life turn, they would stand taller, breathe deeper, and fear nothing. Beloved, this is why heaven has been relentless. This is why distractions came, why attacks intensified, why sleep eluded you. It was a test of your readiness. It was heaven ensuring that when your miracle lands you will receive it with full strength, full faith and full awareness. Michael says, if my child had wavered now the enemy could have delayed the blessing. But they did not waver. They remained vigilant. They stayed awake. They listened. And now nothing can stop the release that is coming. Do you sense that tremor under your skin? That pull in your spirit that insists this is mine. That is heaven confirming every word. That is the evidence that you were never forgotten, never abandoned, never out of favor. And as the revelation unfolds you will rise in ways that silence doubters, amaze allies and glorify God. Michael says, your story will be your testimony. Every trial, every betrayal, every moment of doubt will become a proclamation of heaven's power. You will not just survive, you will thrive. And those who sought to hinder you will watch in awe. Beloved, it is time to step into the fullness of your inheritance. Do not shrink. Do not hesitate. Do not look back at the shadows that once held you down. Michael is at your side, sword drawn, light blazing, angels surrounding. And he says, go forward with courage. Walk into the blessing that has been prepared. Receive without fear, receive with joy, receive with expectation. The miracle is yours, my child. The promise is fulfilled. The battle is won. So beloved, take this moment as your pivot. Take this message as your ignition. Step boldly into your future. You are loved, you are chosen, you are protected, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can undo the destiny God has set before you. And as Michael whispers over you, rise, shine, walk into everything prepared for you. The time is now, the victory is here, the blessing is yours. Beloved, the moment you have been waiting for is here, and you cannot afford to treat it casually. Every heartbeat you feel as you read this is the drum of destiny announcing the arrival of what has been promised. Michael says, my child, the shift is immediate. What was hidden will now be exposed. What was delayed will now arrive. The enemy's whispers are powerless against the decree of God. Beloved, notice how the air feels different. That tension you felt in your spirit, the restlessness that made sleep impossible, it was not random. It was heaven preparing you for acceleration. You were being positioned even in unseen ways for the doors about to swing open. Do not fear the suddenness of the change. Doors that were closed without explanation are now opening without request. People who ignored you are now noticing. Opportunities that seemed out of reach are now seeking you. Michael says, do not doubt when blessings arrive faster than your understanding. Do not shrink when favor overwhelms. My child has been chosen for speed, for acceleration, for impact. Beloved, the speed of what is coming is proportional to the patience you have exercised. Every tear, every night of waiting, every time you held on when the world did not, those moments were the currency of this blessing. You have invested in what is eternal, and heaven is paying dividends. Beloved, watch closely now. Not everyone who comes near will be sent by God. Michael warns, discernment is required. Do not allow every hand to touch your miracle. Do not let every smile enter your life unchecked. Some are still cloaked in envy, ready to steal what is not theirs. Beloved, protect your heart, protect your blessing, protect your destiny. The enemy knows the magnitude of what is coming and will attempt distraction, deception, and delay. But heaven has stationed warriors around you who will not allow a thief to steal your portion. Even now Michael is guarding the space around you, creating invisible walls against interference. Beloved, do not underestimate the power of what is being released. Michael says, the season of scarcity is ending. The season of limitation is over. My child will not run after scraps. The universe is now chasing them. This is the reversal. For years you felt behind, you felt small, you felt ignored. But heaven is declaring, no more. The tables have turned. My child will rise with prominence, with authority, with favor that cannot be explained by human understanding. Beloved, understand this clearly. Acceleration comes suddenly and it can feel overwhelming if you are not expecting it. That is why faith must rise higher than fear. That is why your belief must grow louder than your doubt. Now hear this, beloved, the very qualities that you once believed disqualified you are the very ones that qualify you for this moment. Your sensitivity, your empathy, your deep heart, those are not burdens. They are vessels for miracle. Michael says, my child, the things that seemed like weaknesses are now strengths. The things that seemed like failures are now keys. The moments that seemed like loss are now leverage. Beloved, nothing in your life has been wasted. Every heartbreak, every misunderstanding, every silent prayer was a building block for this moment. And as you read, feel the fire rising in your spirit. That is your faith awakening. Michael says, this is not mere motivation. This is divine ignition. My child's destiny is burning into place. The enemy can scream, shake and threaten, but they cannot touch what is sealed by God. Beloved, you are stepping into a season where your past no longer defines you. Your pain no longer confines you. Your tears are being transformed into testimony. Your struggles are being transformed into strength. And every person who doubted your path will be forced to witness the manifestation of heaven in your life. Beloved, the acceleration is so great that it may feel sudden. It may feel shocking. Doors you did not knock on will open. Opportunities will arrive without effort. Relationships will align in ways you cannot explain. Michael says, this is why obedience is crucial. Do not turn away. Do not hesitate. The moment you recognize this, the blessing multiplies. Faith receives it fully, doubt delays it. Beloved, you were made for this moment. You were prepared for this hour. You are not too late. You are not too young. You are not too broken. Every delay was divine alignment. Every detour was divine protection. And now the promise is arriving. Beloved, feel it in your bones. Feel the stirrings of destiny that no human can manufacture. Michael says, the vessel is full. The doors are open. The favor is descending. The blessing cannot be withheld. This is your acceleration. This is your reversal. The moment your faith recognizes what heaven has prepared, your life will no longer be the same. From this moment on, you will walk in authority, in favor, and in abundance. Beloved, the gates have swung open and nothing on earth or in hell can close them again.